Hello, Mr. Ed here. Today is the 6th of August, 2016. It's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. It feels like it's 115 degrees, but I think it's only about 85 or 90. The sun is beating right down on us, and I've got to today do a little work with these bees. These are the bees that, the swarm of bees that I caught in Mandeville 2 days ago. The queen, I captured the queen, and she's in a cage inside of here. So today what I'm going to do is actually rearrange the frames in here, release the queen, and then put a sugar feeder inside of here. And I want to show you about the sugar feeder that I use. There's a lot of ways to feed your bees internally. External feeders, I don't think that's a good idea. People do it, but I don't want to do that. So I feed my bees inside when I do feed them, and I don't feed them a lot. But starting out like these guys, yeah, you have to feed these. There's nothing blooming right now, and there won't be actually for another probably 5 or 6 weeks. So these guys is starting out as a swarm, and in August, a terrible time, you need to feed them. So I mixed up about a 2-to-1 sugar mixture. It's not gas, that's sugar water. I just use a gas can. And so you want to use a really strong concentrated sugar on that. The feeder that I use, it's an internal one, and it fits actually inside of the box, and it's just a plastic tray, and in it you've got your top. It's got a little piece of wood on it, and then you have these 2 tubes inside of that, where the bees will then be able to crawl inside the tube and feed, since they can't feed from the top. And as the sugar, the level of the sugar water drops, the bees can actually stay in the tubes and follow it down until it gets down to the bottom. And another nice thing about this feeder, if you're a lazy bee guy like me and you forget your feeder in the hive body, that this piece of wood right here won't allow the bees to start building burr comb inside of your feeder, and that happens regularly. So this really helps with that for lazy bee people like me. Also, when you put after you put the top piece of wood on, they have these nice little rubber bands that they'll just clip over it, and it'll lock it in place. And the way I do it is after I'll actually place this inside of the box, and then I'll fill up the tubes. So that's about what we're going to do today. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my suit and open up the box, pull out the queen cage, remove the debris that I know that's in there, and just put it all back together. And I want to point out that the bees are pretty hygienic, because the 5 frames of old brood comb that I have in here, I see a bunch of the debris that's fallen out from the bottom of the screen bottom board on the ground down here. So they've been, in the last 2 days, they've been busy cleaning out the frames, getting ready for that queen so she can start laying in, because she needs to start laying like yesterday. So I'm going to put on my suit and we'll move on. I'm going to go ahead and lift the top off and see what kind of activity they've been doing for the last day and a half. And I don't want to use any smoke. I'd rather not. Oh yeah, they're doing really, really nice. Look at this. They've built this in 2 days. They did this little number right there. I'm going to grab the camera and bring it over here and show you what's going on in here. Look at this. These guys, it turned out to be not a really bad swarm of bees after all. You can see here's the trash, that limb that I got to pull out, and at the bottom right down there is the queen cage right there. All the bees are surrounded on her. See all that? So I'm going to shift all this stuff over, pull out that debris, and then put in the feeder. Oh, and I'm not doing all this videoing on my own. Look, I have one of the novice monks here, Marquis. He's helped me do all the videos and tape. Thanks, Marquis. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to give the camera back to him, and he'll let me do all this stuff. I'm going to pull out the empty frames first, then I'm going to shift everything over and then start pulling out the debris that's in there. You think those bees are working this comb? Believe it or not, they've already got a bunch of nectar up in here. So there's something going on. I mean, this is just a day and a half, and there's a bunch of nectar in here. Good for them. Again, there's a bunch of nectar in this one too. Lots of bees, like that. You know what that is? Yeah, Her Royal Majesty. She is like swarmed in there. I'm going to shake a bunch of these bees off. I'm just trying to look for her. It's still, there she is. I can see her now. So she's still in there. She didn't walk out on me. All right, I want to put the feeder in there first. And I'm going to slide the first frame over. I'm going to release her on that second frame so that she's got a little buffer between it. I'm going to go ahead and release her on this frame, and maybe Marquis will be able to zoom in on it and catch her where she is on the frame. I'm going to open it up. There she goes. She just went on it. This is her right here. She's right here. That's her. She's telling me she likes this. She's going to go ahead and start laying some eggs for us. This is her right here. She's moving up the frame. And she's right there. Right on the edge, all by herself. Look at her. All right, we're going to go ahead and put her in. Close this up. All right, it looks real good. Last thing to do, I want to fill up the sugar water. Put on the lid, scrape this off. A day and a half they made that. There you have it. Looks really, really good in there. I actually have a good feeling about this colony right here. I think we're gonna, I think they'll make it. Hopefully they'll make it through the winter. They'll get stores. That the queen's gonna be a good layer, and they'll be a fine addition to the Abbey honey. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching, and thank Marquis for doing all the videoing. Keep on watching, and I'll be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed, I'm out of here.